In this video, I'm going to go over more advanced options for the inventory. So we're going to start with going over how to add a wet dry slide. So you'll just start by simply adding one of the items. So let's say we're going to do a wave slide here. And we're going to add this one to our water rides category. And let's say it's 350 every day. So we'll go ahead and save. Oops, I got to hit add. Now I'm going to save a copy of this one as a dry only version. Let's put it in a slide category. And we're going to make the price a little bit cheaper. So let's just say 300. Now instead of hitting save, I'll hit save as copy. And you don't have to do a copy. You could always just add a new item as well. Once that's done, you'll just link these two items together using the relationships. So we'll click on either one of them, go over to relationships and search for it. So we have our 17 dry, and you don't have to put anything in build quantity because they're just the same item. You hit add and save, and that's it. So now those two items are linked together, and the system will treat them as if they're just one item. If you were just putting it in multiple categories and it was priced the same and it had the same pictures and descriptions, you wouldn't need to go to all that trouble. You can just simply add a second category here. Just like that, and it'll be then it'll look exactly the same, be priced the same as well. So if that's all you're trying to do, you can just do it right here. But if you want to have its own price and its own picture description or something like that, you'll need to do it as a relationship item like that. The other use of relationship items is if you're having an item that's made up of other pieces. So a good example for this is an obstacle course where it's made up of, say, a 30-foot obstacle course and a slide, which then turns it into a 48 obstacle course. So again, you'll set up all three pieces separately, and then you'll link them together with relationships. And so here you can see I searched for each of those, added them, saying that it takes one of each of those to make the 48-foot. Now you could go even farther, and if you had two pieces that made up this one, then you could do that, or maybe it has we have maybe we put an even bigger one here, a 72-foot obstacle course, and it requires two of these in order to make it, or something like that. So that's kind of how that part of it works. Some other details that are good to know about is if you click on any item here, we can go over to any of the sections on the left. Advanced is full of things, so I'm going to go over some of these real quick with you. So if you want to have a recovery time, it takes longer to clean an item or prepare it before the next event. You may want to put a time in here, and that'll make it unavailable for a little longer than just the event times. You can also restrict whether they're allowed to see the price or to auto book it for specific items. Some items take their own vehicle to be delivered and can't just be stuck on a truck with the rest of things. You can control whether or not the item will show up on the quote form for people to book or not. And on the website, maybe you want to make it so only the office staff can do that. This is where you can control that at. For accessories, so sometimes people want to list modular bounce houses with banners as if they're their own units. Instead of showing it as random a modular and then choose the banner, they may want to say show it with the banner on it and give it the full name. So you can do that here by going to accessories and hitting show advanced. Let me actually just pull up that themed bouncer. So themed bounce house I have set up, and then all the panels are accessories. But here I wanted them to show up on the website like this. So here's where you go to that advanced section. You'd say list these as if they're separate rental units, and then append the name together. So the accessory is called Dora, but on the website it's going to show up as Dora themed bounce house. Here you can see they look like they're their own units, but the system knows that it's really just one bouncer with separate panels for availability. You can also configure packing lists here on what items need to go with it. Um, any extra details can be configured here, like the dimensions and things like that. If you want to add optional fields, you can do that under here, optional fields. So what you'll do on this is you'll hit add a new one, and then you'll say that it's going to be part of the inventory. And so then you can control what part of the page it shows up on. And we can either sync those over to your website if you want the customer to see it, or if it's for your own notes, you can just, you don't have to do anything and it won't show up on the website by default. So anyway, that's it for the advanced inventory. I didn't go over a few things that we'll go over in other videos. Specifically, there are ability for you to share your inventory with other local vendors or to access other people's items that have shared with you. We'll save that for another time. All right, thank you.